Welcome to my channel, Official History of Coins, a moment of discovery, curiosity, and hidden opportunity. Sometimes in life, value is not obvious at first glance. It waits quietly for the right eyes to recognize it, the right hands to hold it, and the right mind to unlock it. Today, we explore a piece of American history that proves powerful things can come from everyday places. Let's get started. This video is all about one single USA 1983 $quarter coin with the D mint mark. Yes, just one coin, but a coin with a story, a legacy, and a treasure-like potential that few people know about. In 1983, the United States Mint in Denver struck millions of quarters, but here's where the magic begins. That year, the Mint did not issue official uncirculated mint sets, making truly high-grade 1983 D quarters incredibly scarce today. Collectors rushed in later, competing fiercely to find the finest examples. That rarity is what pushes its value through the roof. A coin minted not just as currency, but as a witness to American culture. The 1983 D quarter carries the proud portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the patriotic eagle reverse, a symbol of strength, liberty, and national pride. This isn't just metal. It's history molded into a powerful keepsake. Why is this quarter valuable? Because collectors chase perfection. In 1983, harsh circulation, no mint sets, and heavy coin usage meant few perfect coins survived. A crisp, untouched, high-grade 1983 D quarter becomes a legendary prize. This coin wasn't just made for spending. It became a hidden champion for collectors. When you hold a stunning, sharp detail 1983 D quarter, you hold a survivor, a quiet warrior from the past that beat the odds. The U.S. Mint produced this coin as part of the ongoing Washingtonquarter series, celebrating America's first president and marking a time when physical currency carried more meaning and patriotic spirit than ever. Collectors today see this coin as a challenge and a trophy. Only the rarest, sharpest, most flawless examples earn the highest admiration. And in the world of numismatics, admiration turns into demand, and demand turns into value. Imagine finding a brilliant, uncirculated 1983 D quarter, its shine untouched by time. Imagine the thrill of knowing only a handful exist in elite condition. That excitement is why collectors call this coin a gem of the 1980s. A top-graded example once hit over $7,000 at auction, proving that when condition meets rarity, this ordinary-looking quarter becomes a powerful star. One coin, one moment, one discovery, and your life could change in an instant. So yes, this coin has real power in the collector world. It stands as proof that history isn't only in museums. Sometimes it's waiting in your palm, in your change jar, in an old drawer at home. The 1983 D quarter teaches a lesson of patience and awareness. Opportunities don't always shout. Sometimes they whisper, and those who listen get rewarded. Great collectors don't hunt coins. They recognize treasures. If you have this coin, take pride in it. You're holding a historical artifact that many collectors dream of. It deserves respect, protection, and attention. Preserve it, handle it carefully, and store it safely. A protective holder can turn time into your ally. Keep your quarter secure, and let rarity and collector demand work for you year after year. Great coins age like legends. They don't fade, they rise. There is inspiration in this coin story. Something so small can hold so much possibility. That's the magic of collecting, a journey of discovery, passion, and reward. Every coin collector began with curiosity, and one coin changed their journey. Maybe this is your moment. Maybe this is your coin. Maybe this is the beginning of your treasure story. The world of rare coins is built by dreamers, believers, and explorers. And today, you are part of that world. Hold on to your 1983 D quarter proudly, because greatness often hides in plain sight. Keep searching, keep believing, keep collecting. Because hidden in everyday history, wealth quietly waits for the ones who see beyond the surface. Next coin, this video focuses on one specific coin, the USA 1988 quarter dollar with the D mint mark, Denver Mint. We'll explore its background, current value, future potential, and how high it could go. The 1988 D Washington quarter was struck by the United States Mint at Denver, bearing the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse. According to the grading experts, this coin has a mintage of approximately 596,810,688 pieces. For most everyday examples, it circulated widely and ended up being just a regular 25-cent piece. Because of that high mintage and the fact that the coin is made from base metals, copper nickel clad, not silver, the standard circulated 1988 D quarter is worth only its face value in most cases. However, this coin can be valuable if it is in exceptional condition or has rare error or variety features. Let's talk current values. In circulated condition, worn issues of the 1988 D quarter typically fetch very little beyond face value. Some sources list values of around 30 cents to 85 cents for average worn coins. For uncirculated, mint state, coins from a 1988 D series, non-exceptional grades might sell for modest amounts. For example, raw MS60 to MS63 might sell for a few dollars. A listing suggests about $1 to $4 in those grades. As the grade climbs, values improve. For example, MS65 might be $10 to $18, MS66 perhaps $25 to $45 in typical situations. Now, when we move into truly rare high-grade specimens, the value skyrockets. For example, one auction result showed a 1988 D-graded MS67 selling for around $1,245 or more depending on premium. Some guides state that in rare perfection, a 1988 D quarter could be valued at up to $400 to $800 or more in MS68 grade. So the maximum realistic value today for a top condition 1988 D might be in the four figures under the right circumstances. What about the future potential of this 1988 D quarter? Yes, it can become more valuable. The factors that will drive future upside include fewer survivors in top condition, so scarcity increases, growing interest among collectors for high-grade clad coins, and the discovery of error or variety coins from that year, which always attract premium. For example, errors like misstrikes or planchet mistakes in 1988 series have fetched significantly more than typical examples. If you hold one in near-perfect condition, you may be sitting on a coin whose value grows over time. Collectors often seek the highest grade available for each date and mint mark. In your 1988, D quarter could become that key piece for someone's set. To give you a motivating figure, under ideal scenario, extremely high grade, MS67 or MS68 or higher, possibly certified by a major grading service, maybe with IAPL or toning or other desirable traits. This 1988 D quarter could sell for several $1,000s down the road. Already we have evidence of over $1,200 sale, and industry guides suggest up to $2,000 or more under the right conditions. So yes, it can go that high. Here's the history. The Denver Mint produced the coin in 1988 as part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932. The quarter reflects not only a monetary instrument, but also a piece of U.S. numismatic heritage. Because the composition is the clad copper nickel, not silver, and because the mintage was very large, the typical coin doesn't carry huge premium. But that doesn't stop the finest ones from rising in value. Why does condition matter so much? Because with such a large mintage, most examples have wear, scratches, bag marks, or circulation damage. Only a tiny number escape all that and retain sharp detail, full luster, and no impairment. Those are the coins that collectors hunt for, and that drives the premium. Also, errors and varieties can dramatically elevate value. If your 1988 D quarter shows a clear minting mistake, for example, off-center strike, double die, wrong planchet, then it becomes a special piece rather than just a standard business strike. Some listings show misprint versions of 1988 D quarters being offered at hundreds or thousands of dollars. So owning one with an error could change the game entirely. If you currently hold a 1988 D quarter, Here's what to do. Check its condition carefully. Is it uncirculated? Does it have full shine? Are there scratches or bag marks? Consider getting it graded by a recognized grading service. If it is in top condition, keep it protected. Avoid cleaning it. Cleaning often devalues coins, and store it in a safe coin holder with stable environment. The better you preserve it, the more potential it has. Let's talk motivation. You may look at 1988 quarter and see only a 25-cent piece. But history has shown that some of these coins, the very best ones, can sell for thousands. That means you're holding a chance, a possibility that your coin might be the one that stands out. One coin, one chance, one future victory. Imagine telling someone you hold a top-tier coin from 1988 Denver that could sell for several thousand. It's possible. It's within reach. In fact, for many collectors today, the thrill is in the hunt for the highest grade pieces, the coins that become legends in their cabinet. If you hold a 1988 quarter and it's in superb condition, you're part of that hunt. You're part of the excitement. Your piece could be the next benchmark for that date and mint mark. As time goes on, fewer high-grade, flawless 1988 quarters will survive due to circulation, wear, damage, and mishandling. So rarer becomes rarer. That scarcity alone can spur value higher. Combine that with rising collector demand, and you have the ingredients for future increase. How high could it go? If one sells for around $1,200 now in MS67, then an MS68 or MS69, if certified, could potentially command 2 or 3 times that, depending on appeal and market conditions. Some niche rarities or errors even suggest values enumerated as up to $100,000 in extremely exceptional cases. While that $100,000 may be theoretical and for the rare error domain, it shows the ceiling is high. So to wrap, this 1988 quarter is valuable. It has real current value, modest for most, strong for the best, and it holds significant future potential. If you're holding one, and it's in especially fine condition, you might be holding a treasure. Protect it. Understand its condition. Consider certification. And believe in its potential. Your 1988 quarter isn't just a coin. It's a ticket to possibility. A piece of American history with value beyond face. And if you play your part, preserving it, presenting it well, showing it to the right audience, the reward could come. Next, the coin in focus is the USA 1989 quarter dollar with a D mint mark struck at the Denver Mint. It is a normal circulation issue in the long-running Washington Quarter series. Yet under the right circumstances, it holds serious potential for collectors and investors alike. In terms of how many people want to buy it, the demand is steady, especially among coin enthusiasts and those building Washington Quarter sets with high-grade specimens. While the mintage for the 1989 is large, around 896,535,597 pieces, according to one catalog. Because so many were struck, demand from casual buyers is moderate, but demand for top-grade specimens or special error varieties is significant. The fact that graded high-end examples fetch hundreds shows there is serious buyer interest. Let's talk current value. For most 1989 quarters in typical circulated condition, value remains quite accessible. Listings show that circulated examples often sell in the range of $1 or a few dollars. For example, one value guide lists the 1989 in circulation, grade G4 to 58 Australian dollars, at about 25 cents to 35 cents. For uncirculated mint state examples, values move upwards. A raw MS60 might be in the $1 to $2 region, MS63 perhaps $3 to $5, MS65 around $10 to $16 for this date and mint mark. As the grade climbs further, e.g. MS66 and MS67, the value can rise significantly. A guide shows MS67 Denver quarters could reach $120 to $300 plus under favorable conditions. So yes, its value is truly valuable in the right condition. From a history perspective, the Washington Quarter series began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1989 D-quarter carries forward the same obverse portrait of Washington and the reverse design of the heraldic eagle above the bundle of arrows and olive branches. The quarter is made of copper nickel clad, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Composition, which has been the standard for Washington quarters since 1965. It was minted in Denver in 1989 simply as a standard business strike for circulation. But a particular interest to modern collectors because uncirculated, high-grade examples are rarer than you might expect given how many were produced. Despite the large mintage, high-grade survivors are relatively few. One commentary states, the 1989 D is one of the tougher dates. Although MS-65 examples can be purchased inexpensively raw or graded, they're difficult to find in mint sets or rolls in this condition or higher. That scarcity in the finest condition elevates it beyond just a quarter. And that is where the value lies. So how high can a maximum value go? While standard coins might trade for a few dollars, the ceiling for exceptional specimens is much higher. If you find a 1989 D quarter in near-perfect condition, MS-67 or better, with excellent eye appeal, it could hit into the hundreds of dollars. The value guides suggest MS-67 into $120 to $300 plus territory for Denver Mint. It is quite realistic under the right grading and presentation. For rare error varieties, off-center strikes, doubling, missing clad layer, etc., the values can surge further, hundreds or even over 1,000 in special cases. For example, some listings show 1989 D errors selling for $500 or more. So your coin could realistically reach into the low thousands if everything aligns. Superb grade, top certification, error, or exceptional eye appeal. Here's the motivating thought. If you're holding a 1989 D quarter, especially one that looks sharper than average, minimal marks, full luster, crisp detail, you're holding a real opportunity. The normal coins out there are abundant, but the very best are far fewer. And that difference is what drives premium. Over time, as fewer perfect examples remain untouched, the ones that are left may command even more. When people ask how many buyers there are, yes, there are many collectors who specialize in modern Washington quarters and many who keep an eye on high-grade clad coins. When the coin is graded by a respected service, such as Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, and shows MS-66, MS-67 or higher, you'll likely find serious bidders, both private collectors and investors who see the long-term story. Why is the demand there? Because coins like these combine history plus condition plus scarcity. They aren't rare in the sense of 1930s silver coins, but they are rare in high grade. And for many collectors, the 1980s ones are the now vintage era, fully over 3 decades old, and in many cases undervalued relative to potential. If you're looking ahead, I can tell you this. Treat your 1989 D quarter as a treasure, not just pocket change. Store it carefully, avoid cleaning it, keep it in a protective holder, keep the original surfaces intact. Grade it if you think it has high potential. If the world of coin collecting grows, and it is, and collectors continue to push for complete sets with top examples, your coin could be the key piece. One motivating scenario. Imagine you find one that is MS-67 certified with great eye appeal. That could sell for several $100s today, and in a few years, as more collectors circle back to modern issues, it could command even more. And if it has an error or rare variety, the upside jumps dramatically. So yes, it is valuable, and yes, the maximum prize for your coin could be very considerable. In summary, the 1989 D quarter is a coin with strong history, built for circulation but now coveted in special form. While most examples sit near face value, the very best can fetch serious money. There are buyers active right now, and with the right coin in hand, you are in a position to hold something special. This isn't just a quarter. It's a potential legacy piece in the world of numismatics.